So we have this massive caravan, of course, approaching our southern border. Should we be concerned?
Absolutely, we should be concerned. We've seen these over and over again since Biden has been in office. And let me just say this. President Obrador and Mexico they're not in our corner anymore. They were during there was a lot of cooperation between the Trump administration and the Obrador administration in Mexico. No longer. They are absolutely facilitating the passage of these giant caravans. They're giving them visas to come in, to freely move around Mexico, and not only to get jobs there, but to also pass through and make their way to our southern border where they come across. So unlike with President Trump, the Mexican government is taking great advantage of us. And now here they are boycotting this so-called Summit of Americas, which is going to do nothing to help stop this crisis at the border, the worst border crisis we've ever seen. Nothing is going to be happening there. And, you know, for the two Northern Triangle countries that are boycotting it as well as Mexico, unbelievable that our administration would tolerate this kind of stuff. And we've taken an enormous percentage of their populations into our own country. It is absurd. The American people deserve more. Having this president, you know, mismanaging our great country today is kind of like finding out your own personal physician is out to harm you, because this is exactly a lot of this stuff that's happening on the border are self-inflicted wounds by this president, and even intentional. It's just incredible to even talk about it.
Let me follow up on that a little bit. When you say it's intentional, there are reports that these flights that are going around the country are going to continue, some of them into larger cities, according to recent reports, into places like Los Angeles. When you say it's intentional, which is hard to doubt when you see it's like a sieve, people just going through.
Right.
What do you think the intent is? What's the purpose of this?
Well, I think it's obvious, Bob, that the intent here is to bring in as many people from foreign illegal people coming in illegally, when we already have 1 million, you know, illegal immigrants coming in. Because I very much support immigration.
Sure.
My family's, you know, I'm a child of immigrants, but it's a nation of laws, and when they absolutely ignore the law, encourage people to come up here, get on our welfare programs, promising them health care and free educations, giving illegal immigrants things that our own veterans, our own American citizens cannot get, it's just unbelievable to even contemplate this. And all I can say is I think it's intentional. They want to put these people on the road to enfranchisement with giving them amnesty so they can vote. And if you don't believe that, then the Democrat Party, you can see they've tried to ram that through this session under Pelosi and Schumer. And so far they've failed in the Senate, thank goodness. But in their own states, California, in New York, they've already legalized for illegal aliens to vote in state and local elections. They're just biding their time, trying to get these people signed up, dependent on government, welfare programs, offering all these free things, and then having them vote. This is what it's all about.
Now, Congressman, also Kamala Harris actually has announced her latest effort to stem migration from Central America. $1.9 billion of the $3.2 billion investment coming from private sector funding. Now, this intends to combat what the White House calls the root causes of mass economic migration to the U.S. She's also creating and announcing youth programs to get a lot of young kids into paid programs where they're kind of internships on issues like climate change. Is this what our vice president should be focusing on?
No, ma'am, not at all. This is another example of just the fluff that this lady has in her brain. She knows nothing about the border. She's supposed to be our border czarina. She has, she's been there one time, and I think she maybe have gotten within 500 yards of the border. The president himself has never been down there in 50 years of government service. But these types of programs are going to do nothing whatsoever. And when you talk about I think the first whole day of the Summit of Americas is going to be about climate change. Listen, these people are not coming into our country by the millions because of climate change. They're coming here because they know that there's free stuff here. They want to make their lives better, and I can't blame people for that, but we are a nation of laws. Our duty is to our own citizens, the American citizens. We swore an oath to do that.
Yes, sir.
By gosh, the president and his vice president should be doing the same.
Congressman